All right, welcome to another episode of Audio Scrawl. This is Brandon.
I'm Kang.
So how have you been, King?
Pretty well. How about you, man?
Pretty good. I know it's been a while. It's been like a busy couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that it seems to be like the sick flu season. Not I wouldn't say flu, but it just seems like the season's changing.
Yeah. A bug's going around.
Could be a bug, or I don't know. We just have like bad case of sinus infection and just weird allergies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got my beautiful voice back. How about you?
Yeah.
It's sexy as always.
Mm.
All right. So, anything you want to start us off with?
Sure. I guess we'll do movie talk for the moment.
Okay.
The latest Ghostbusters trailer dropped 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Week and a half ago.
A week and a half ago. Yeah.
And yeah, it was a thing. So, what did you think about it?
I am so neutral, very very neutral about it. I saw the trailer, I'm just watching it, and I probably just had like a neutral face throughout the whole trailer. Maybe not until the very end of it. Like most of the trailer, I'm just kind of like trying to figure things out because I'm okay that it's like an all-female cast of characters. Still would have preferred if it was mixed, but I'm just gonna give them a shot at doing this movie, and knowing that the director of the movie, who also did Bridesmaid, Heat, and Spy, which Spy is one of my most favorite movies that this guy has done, kind of made me a believer that hey, Ghostbusters, it could be good. Watching the trailer, it didn't quite wow me so much, and the parts that they're showing, it got me worried, wondering like, is it like another quirky comedy movie for the sake of making a comedy movie? Because if you look at the original Ghostbusters movie, it's a movie where it's funny.
Yeah.
But it's a movie that doesn't have to be funny.
Yeah.
And it's still good.
It's funny because all those actors back then, played off so well, played well off of each other so well.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah, it's one of those movies, the story, the direction of it, I mean, it's a movie that it probably wouldn't have worked. It could have been just like a goofy, campy movie, but
Mm-hmm.
it just worked.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention it was written by, Harold Ramis.
Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd.
Yes. So those guys, they played off each other very, very well. Because Dan Aykroyd was a guy, like, he researched and understood, like, the paranormal activities. And Harold Ramis was there to ground it,
Mm-hmm.
make it more realistic and modern, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Dan Aykroyd had some weird ideas for Ghostbusters. Very, very weird ideas. And I think Harold Ramis counterbalanced it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have Bill Murray, who just improvised.
Yep. Yeah, I think you're being generous, Brandon. I thought this trailer was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like none of the jokes worked in that trailer. Like the very beginning, where there's like, 30 years ago, 4 scientists, blah 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 blah, and like that doesn't even make sense because this isn't a continuation. This isn't a sequel. This is a reboot.
Yeah.
It doesn't even take place in the same universe. So for them to just flat out come out, hey, 30 years ago, remember this thing? And like,
I was confused about it.
That doesn't
Yeah.
even matter. So
I agree. That's something they didn't have to say. They could have just kept quiet about it. If we're talking about like trailer structure, yeah, they shouldn't have started off with 30 years ago. They really should have just kind of kept it quiet. You see New York City, and then you just pan out to like the 4 of them wearing their jumpsuits or something like that. That would have been nice.
yeah,
Nice surprise, I guess. Like, oh, it's Ghostbusters! Holy cow!
yeah, terrible trailer.
Yeah.
There was a fan edit of the trailer after this trailer, and what they literally did was added the original music, and they kind of cut out most of the quote unquote jokes, and it was a much better trailer. Like, holy cow!
I don't like when they use or they're teasing the original Ghostbusters theme music. You hear bits and pieces throughout the trailer, And I hate when they do that, not only for trailers but for reboot, because I felt like that song that song works for the original Ghostbusters, and I think that song works for the time. And I don't want them jamming the Ghostbusters theme down my throat, because I feel like, it's time to move on. I always feel like the J.J. Abrams Star Trek is an excellent film that was going in its new direction, and a lot of the score and the music, most of it was just like new and original. Like they have like a theme to go with the Abrams Star Trek films, and I like that theme. It's pretty epic. And then at the end of the movie, then they play the original theme song, or the score of it. And that's perfect, but I'm just worried about the Ghostbusters theme. Just like, they don't have to remind me that it's Ghostbusters. They don't have to remind me like, hey, remember the good times?
Yeah, that was in the entire trailer.
Don't remind me the good times. It's time to move on. This has to appeal to the new crowd.
Hey, remember 30 years ago? That was a good time. Hey, remember this Class 4 apparition that's kind of ripped off the librarian scene from the original Ghostbusters? Like,
yeah. Don't. Oh, that's a repeat. Yeah, you're probably right that I'm generous, just because the name alone, Ghostbusters. I have a soft spot for the franchise. Love the films. I grew up watching the old cartoon series. Watched the Extreme Ghostbusters cartoon series. That was pretty dark when I watched it. Pretty good too, actually. Really good concept for spiritual.
The video game was a good spiritual sequel.
Oh man, that's a excellent sequel too. Baffled me why they didn't bother making a brand new Ghostbusters movie after that video game came out. Because I don't know, that game was perfect in its own right. I mean, it's not the greatest video game, but it's a good video game.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
It's a good video game based off an existing movie.
Yes.
Franchise.
So there is one part though that it made me chuckle, laugh. I thought that's okay. Maybe we'll see. Is where Melissa McCartney gets possessed in the trailer, and her head is twisting around, kind of like the Exorcist. And I like that. I thought that was funny, and that seemed kind of original. And that's like the only scene from the trailer that seemed original to me. And
that's not original. You even said it was based off The Exorcist.
Well, for Ghostbusters, and they haven't done stuff like that too.
Hey, remember?
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, remember
The
Exorcist? No, of course not. Nobody remembers that.
Yeah.
Like the target audience, if they're trying to grab the new audience, they certainly don't remember that.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping that this is a trailer where maybe they don't want to show their best stuff, or certain jokes. Sometimes it sucks to watch a trailer and the best jokes and a lot of the plot are told through the trailer, and you're practically feeling like, wow, I just saw the whole movie in 2 minutes. I know,
I do hate that too, but that's kind of what makes us want to go see the movie. Like,
yeah.
Oh, hey, those jokes were actually good. Maybe the movie will have more of it, but then apparently not. But then this one's like, hey, the trailer's kind of bad. It doesn't make me want to go watch the movie anymore. So.
Yeah, agreed. I don't know. It's very tricky, especially with trailers, because I've always felt that Guardians of the Galaxy had the perfect trailer.
Had a great trailer.
Yes. I say perfect because it got me amped up to see the movie, watch the movie, just walked out of it going that I don't know what to expect from the movie. The trailer just has this nice structure, a nice tease. And seeing the movie, I was just entertained because the trailer didn't really reveal too much.
Yeah.
Just makes me want more. But the Ghostbusters didn't make me want more.
Nope. All right.
Yeah. So regardless, I'll see the movie. Just curious.
I probably won't. I'll probably see it on Netflix or something.
Yeah, fair enough. But that's what you do with all movies anyway.
Or you'll just go see it and then tell me about it. So.
Yeah. I mean, how'd that Star Wars go?
Pretty good.
You didn't see it, did you?
Speaking of Star Wars, the Civil War promos has been coming out.
Yes, that's right. So I guess they're hinting of a new trailer coming out tomorrow. I believe tomorrow being March 10th.
Okay.
By our time.
Right on.
And the time that we're doing this podcast. So yeah, there's a lot of promotion going on. There's posters being released, and there's teaser trailers being released as well, and it's showing off the sides. So you have, of course, Team Iron Man and Team Captain America, and I shouldn't be doing this, but I can't help myself. Just so curious about Civil War, and hearing the plot of it, it seems like it's not too far off from the original story in the end. Perhaps it doesn't revolve too much about Bucky, but just what's going on with the Avengers. So I won't say too much, but I thought, yeah, okay, that's good. I like that.
Yeah,
If they stick with that, because I was worried from the last trailer we saw, they made it seem like it's about Bucky, and that Captain America is going rogue because the government probably wants Bucky, and Captain America's protecting him. That's what the trailer made it seem like. I mean, still the case, but I don't know if the whole movie needs to be about that. That's what's weird to me. But so here are the team roster for the Avengers, or Captain America 3. So you have Team Captain America, and they showed off the poster of. Okay, maybe I don't have it fully memorized.
I think everybody should know this by now. I mean, we've seen the trailers.
Yeah.
But Captain America, Bucky, Falcon, Scarlet Witch, and Ant-Man. Ant-Man and what's his name? That useless guy. Hawkeye. Yeah, there it is. There.
Yeah, 6 characters.
Yes.
There you go. Team Iron Man, who do we have? We have Vision, War Machine, we have Black Widow.
Black Panther.
Uh-huh.
And Spider-Man.
No.
No, I'm not even joking.
Yeah, you're probably right.
No, I'm not even joking. They come out and said Spider-Man will be most likely part of Captain America, not Captain Iron Man's team.
Yeah.
And to be honest,
one more, I think.
Let's see. Captain America, War Machine,
Scarlet Witch.
No, not Scarlet Witch. Vision.
Well, because Scarlet Witch is on Captain America, because Black Widow's with Iron Man, and both team has one female character.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, then Black Panther and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There's no way. There should be no way Iron Man's team should lose. Like, no way. With Iron Man's, freaking Mark whatever now, with advanced AI and advanced targeting system, and OP Vision here, who has the strength of apparently Thor, and then go through walls.
And especially having Black Panther and knowing about Black Panther, what he's capable of. He's a strong character as well.
And Spider-Man too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that team's OP. There should be no way they should lose. But we'll see what happens in the movies.
Well, maybe they're relying on Ant-Man and Scarlet Witch, but
maybe.
I don't know what it is, but I'm getting very excited about Ant-Man being in the movie and Ant-Man being part of Team Captain America, because I kind of feel like I'm more Team Captain America. I hope the movie does a great job presenting itself and presenting both sides, where the audience can kind of feel like man, I could go either way. That'd be really cool if they do a good job with that, because I never cared too much about Iron Man in Civil War comic.
Yeah.
The story, the way he presented himself, the things that they were doing, I just felt like they just felt more like villains to me. While Captain America seemed more like a hero. And it shouldn't be like that. And I think a lot of people felt that way, that everyone felt Iron Man was being more of a villain.
Yep. But apparently he was right. So.
Yeah, probably. But I'm excited for the new trailer. I hope it doesn't reveal too much, but enough to make me want more.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna have to start promoting it soon, right? It comes out in
May.
May.
Yeah, in May, and especially since Batman v Superman coming out
at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very excited for that movie.
Yep, me too. Excited.
All right, so there's been talks of Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He dropped out of the production of Sandman. He was supposed to direct and I think act as well for the movie Sandman. if anything, directing. And I guess the movie is handled by New Line Cinema. And they dropped out. He dropped out due to creative differences.
Creative differences.
Yep. And what do you think of that?
Honestly, I don't know much about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it happens all the time, you know, due to creative differences. Same thing that happened to, you know, Edgar Wright, why he left the production of Ant-Man, just due to creative differences.
That's a tough thing, though, because you have a studio or a company where they're trying to market themselves and market other ideas as well. And then you have a creator who just wants to make a movie and just make it the most entertaining and make it probably... in Edgar Wright's case, he would have made an amazing, entertaining, and faithful film. But who knows how much interference Marvel had in that movie. I do feel that Ant-Man, the interference was all Avengers tie-ins, anything that to do with Avengers. I think that's Marvel interfering. Because I think he wanted Ant-Man to be a standalone movie, which I think that still would have worked. So who knows what's going on with Sandman, but lately I'm starting to get more curious about the comic series, because right now Lucifer is airing on Fox, new series by Vertigo Comics, and it's based on the comics Lucifer, which is a spin-off of Sandman. And Lucifer is pretty good. I've been enjoying that show. Do you know much about it?
Yeah. Lucifer's bored, goes out and helps people.
Yeah. I wouldn't go so far as helping, but I think that's what's fun about that show too, is he is bored, and the detective, I guess there's something unique or special about her that his charms doesn't reach her, and he's kind of curious and fascinated by the detective. And so he's just kind of hanging around her here and there, and he's bored, and a crime happens. If it's someone he knows, he'll get involved. If he is interested or excited, he'll help out. So when he does it, it's not to help others. It's more like it's for himself and entertaining himself. So. Very fun show.
Right on.
That's what's going on with Sandman, and we'll see what's going on there. But I think Sandman is one of those movies that I think because of Deadpool's success, I think other film companies want to try to make R-rated movies based on comic books.
Yeah. Shame.
I don't think we've talked about... Have we talked about Deadpool?
Yeah, we've talked about
Deadpool. Yeah, we did. Yeah, I think you're right. All right. Cool. Moving on. So I'm hearing rumors of a movie. I think there was a hack going on with Sony, and there's like a trademark.
Oh, this was a while ago.
Yes, but we haven't talked about it.
Well, if you want to talk about it, yeah.
I do want to talk about it.
All right.
23rd Jump Street, cross Men in Black.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea. I'm not even like, okay, whatever. That sounds like someone's drunk meeting, They're just drunk at a party. Hey, man, wouldn't it be cool if 23 Jump Street met Men in Black? Yeah, man.
Have you seen the ending of 22 Jump Street?
22. No.
So the ending of the movie, I was entertained. I glanced at the movie, and I was intrigued enough that I would love to see 21 Jump Street and watch 22 Jump Street again. And there were parts of 22 Jump Street that makes fun of itself, that it's a sequel, where Ice Cube at the beginning of the movie is telling them, you're going to do the same thing like you did the last time. And that's the flaw of sequels, is it seems like most of the sequels we don't care about. Doesn't matter because they're doing the same thing as the last movie.
Like Hangover 2.
So I like that they were poking fun at that. And I thought, yeah, okay, gets me ready for it. And at the end of the movie, very end of the movie, you have the credits going on. And then it started making fun of itself of series of sequels. You have the 24th Street in Russia. And you'll see like a poster of them like dressed up in Russia. Then you have like 25th Street. And they could be in Hawaii on surfboards, pretending they're local Hawaiians or something like that. So they're just doing a series of all of these goofy ideas for sequels. I mean, if you think about Police Academy films, And I think the last movie they ended up in Russia. Yeah, so it's kind of in spirit of that. So I'm a little intrigued by the idea, but 23 Jump Street meets Men in Black. Maybe it doesn't have to be 23 Jump Street, but I feel like maybe they have something for a new Men in Black movie. I wouldn't mind seeing these two together in Men in Black, or maybe I'm humored by the idea of they end up being part of Men in Black or get recruited.
But will it work though? If you think about it, 23 Jump Street, the 23 Jump Street series is a hard R. MIB is a pretty mild PG-13. What, they're gonna jump MIB to rated R? I don't think that's gonna happen. And 23 Jump Street down to a PG-13 is also not gonna help the fans,
Right.
So.
But Men in Black is PG-13, and hey, they might as well make it a Men in Black movie and have that PG-13. Or, like I mentioned before, Deadpool, hard R. Hey, I mean, they could do that too. No, I guess if it involves Men in Black, I don't really want it to be rated R, PG-13. I mean, I still regard the first Men in Black movie as the best film, and I felt like they never got the sequels right, even though I haven't seen the third movie. I've heard it's good, but people say it's good in the context that it's better than the second movie.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So I just never bothered watching the third one.
Mm-hmm.
But it brings up ideas, I think. If anything, the idea just makes me think more of Men in Black. I'm not really thinking of 23 Jump Street, but I wouldn't mind the two actors coming back together. I think they have pretty good chemistry, and I think we make Men in Black work out because I think it's a fantastic franchise, a fantastic idea. At this point, there's no reason to go back to Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones and to recreate the spirit of the first movie. Just get new agents, new characters, new agents. Make a good buddy cop sci-fi adventure film.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a good idea. Okay. So have you heard of this game called Figurehead?
Okay, so we're leaving movie talks.
Yeah, do you have anything else to? I'm sorry. Do you have anything else to add to the movie talks?
No.
All right.
Just kind of, just so people know, there's a segue coming to a different genre.
This segue is happening now.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
We're talking about now.
I've not heard of Figurehead.
I apologize, audience. We're now in the video game section.
What is it?
All right, Figurehead. It's a new online game. A new online game developed by Square Enix. Action, I think. Free to play going on.
Oh, so is it a mobile game?
No, it's not mobile. By the looks of it, PC. And I bring this up because an article popped up and it says Xenogears appearing in Figurehead. So they showed a trailer of it. And it's showing off the gears. It's a mecha game, so this game is showing off the gears from the Xenogears game. And dude, pretty close to maybe having a tear in my eye, just getting excited because Xenogears came out like in 1997 for the PlayStation 1. One of my most favorite RPG games, and the budget of that game was not great. They ran out of budget for the game, and they had issues and problems. Visually, the game, it makes do. It's not the most stunning of Square games, but the gameplay of it is solid. Story is excellent. And I just got chills, excitement just to see these gears in HD visual graphics.
Right.
They showed off Veltal, Faye, the main character. It's his gear. They showed Brigandier, that would be Bart's gear, the red one that uses whips, and a few others as well, but it's just really cool to see that. It makes me laugh because their action animation, like they're doing the action, but when you see the attacks and stuff, it doesn't match up with their gears.
Right. And I wouldn't expect it to, just because this is apparently a shooter. So,
yes.
So
it is.
It's a mech shooter.
But it's just it's a fun little fan service. It's always a question of how much love does Square give to that game. I mean, it is considered a cult game.
It is.
It has its fan following. It did really well on PlayStation's the PlayStation Archive as well when they re-released it, and it's got strong ratings too. So people seem to be okay with the nostalgia factor of that game.
Yeah, that's really cool that even though we'll never get a Xenogear games, they still know of it. They tease the fans.
Yeah, and that's what's random about this. It blows my mind. Yes, I'm excited. That's cool that Xenogears is going to be in this game figurehead. I doubt that this game is going to make it to the US, or it's going to be available for the US audience. And where did this come from all of a sudden? Because when Xenogears was made, I mean, as far as I know, I mean, that's it. No going back to that franchise. I mean, wham, bam, it's done. All that's left is, I think, what was it? Was it 10-year anniversary or 15-year anniversary that they got Yasunori Mitsuda to come back and did a orchestral soundtrack for it. And that was really cool. But they haven't done anything else with that franchise. And the creators of Xenogears, they've moved on. They formed their studio Monolith Soft, and published by Namco Bandai, or Namco at the time. They made the Xenosaga series, the spiritual prequel,
spiritual
to
prequel,
Xenogears.
not really connected,
but the fans can connect them. Which is neat. It was cool at the time. The project didn't work out, and then Monolith Soft got bought out by Nintendo, became second party, and then you have the Xenoblade Chronicles,
which is completely not related.
No, it has nothing to do with Xenogears, but it's kind of fascinating to me that the creator Tetsuya Takahashi seems like whenever he's working on an RPG, people seem to respect his work or respect the project Xenogears, and it's kind of cool that they've been allowing him to name these projects like a Xeno name to kind of relate to him.
It's not.
I mean, they don't relate to it, but it's just relate to him and what he's worked on.
I was gonna say that's not
to
no
the
one's
other
gonna
games.
No one's gonna stop him from doing it. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because originally Xenoblade Chronicles, the title was supposed to be Monado, the name of the weapon. And then then Nintendo said, no, like, let's change it. Let's call it Xenoblade because you've done the Xeno franchise in the past. And that was it. So that's what I have on my game topic. How about you?
Nothing much. Actually, I wouldn't say that. A lot happened actually.
Okay.
A big thing happened actually. Microsoft is going full on PC gaming, supporting PC gaming, and with that said, they closed down Lionhead Studios.
Yeah.
And they canceled their game, Fable. Oh, what was that? Fable Legends, I want to say, is the free-to-play game. Yeah, so that happened like not too long ago, a couple of days ago. So it's interesting.
Baffles me about the Fable game.
It was fun.
Yeah.
The first two games was great. The first two games was really good. The third game was just more of the second, but not a good ending. And when I said Microsoft's fully supporting PC, they've come out and said, you know, the first game was like, oh, Quantum Break is coming to PC. You know, release date same time as Xbox One. There's a free-to-play Forza game coming out, and the creators have said from now on all the Forza games are going to come out to the PC same time. So there's even rumors now that the Gear series will be coming out to the PC.
Yeah. So
it's interesting how Microsoft is supporting the PC platform.
Yeah.
Of course, all of Microsoft's first-party titles will be exclusive to the Windows Store, which makes sense, you know, if you think about it. The same thing as EA's Origin and Ubisoft's Uplay. You know, they have their exclusive games on their platform, their PC platform, OS platforms. So
Man, that sounds very aggressive.
Yeah, it does sound kind of aggressive. It sounds kind of aggressive, but it does kind of gives me no reason to buy an Xbox now.
I think so too.
Because now I can just upgrade my PC now, right? I just buy a new video card and I'll be good to play all the Xbox One exclusives.
It makes me wonder if that's if that was part of the plan, because they were being upfront about the Xbox One, that they were saying the original intention of the original Xbox as not necessarily being a game console.
No, yeah.
But meant to be as an entertainment system. Like an Xbox One seems to be more like that's what they intended it to be.
Mm-hmm. Especially from the initial announcement of the system.
Yes.
Where it's like, hey, it's going to be digital only and have all these restrictions.
At this point, maybe they should have stuck to their guns. I mean, we have one friend that said that he actually liked that idea. He thinks that's a great concept because of him having his Xbox 360 and many games stolen, and he's saying that we have an Xbox One and you have the digital games. You have access to your account.
Yeah.
You have access to those games.
See, the problem with that is that Microsoft can still do that. There's no stopping them. Hey, sure they came out.
Not true.
Sure they tracked. They step back and say, yeah, okay, we're gonna allow physical disc again. We're gonna allow trading in game store. There was nothing stopping Microsoft from implementing their own, digital service. Share with 10 family members. Nothing stopped them from doing that still, but they just kind of stepped back on that anyway.
Well, it was backpedaled because, PlayStation 4 or Sony, I mean, when they came out and did their announcement of what's going on with the PS4, I mean, they relish at what people are complaining or worried about, because I feel like today is now different, but at the time when the PS4 was announced, everyone knows only discs or physical copies. Now it just feels, even I see it, that what's the point in discs now? Because
they're cheaper. They can trade it back in for credit.
Yeah, and that's why I like PS4, and that's probably why I keep buying the discs. But then I realized that there are some games like Street Fighter V that I wouldn't trade that. Never would trade it. Maybe I should have just gone the digital and just have the game in the hard drive, and I have free access to it whenever without getting up and switching discs. I mean, that's fine. It doesn't matter, but I can see. I do think it's better to have the option, though, to have the physical and digital.
Yeah, definitely.
Not everyone has internet access to begin with. Who knows?
Yeah, and with Microsoft going to the, moving, I guess, their first party to the PC, it makes sense. I guess I could see it. Why? I mean, it's just gonna make them more money from like their first party studios, because they're gonna get revenue if people buy it from the Xbox One or the PC version. It's still their game.
Yeah,
they're gonna make money otherwise. But as an incentive for me to buy an Xbox One now, it's literally zero.
Yeah,
because I was looking at it, like, once Scalebound hit, I was like, okay, maybe Scalebound out now, I could go back to Xbox One's backlog and like, okay, I could go there's a ton of games now. But now that, hey, most of the first part games now are coming to the PC, I'm like, well, I'll just upgrade my video card and play it off of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It says a lot. Microsoft might just be making, I mean, not to mention, the Windows Store is crap. I'm not gonna lie, but with this move, it's one step. I guess I want to say Microsoft just kind of stepping away from the console business, or making the Xbox One into how they intention a media service for the living room, a media box.
Yes.
So
it's interesting. It's interesting what they're doing. I don't think it's a bad decision, though.
No.
Because when you have Steam, and I feel like Steam helped make PC gaming relevant. A lot of the games are for home consoles, are now available for PC. I think that's why I've never been a PC gamer, because a lot of the games I love playing, that I enjoy playing, are for home consoles. Mm-hmm. But you don't see these kind of games for the PC much. And PC, especially during the 90s, all I saw was first-person shooter and online games and real-time strategy games. Yeah. And they weren't really my kind of genres. Mm-hmm. I mean, I like first-person shooter, but the others are not my thing. But now, why not? A lot of these games are now available on PC. For Steam, PC, a lot of indie games are going retro. The 2D side-scroller games are available now. So I can understand why Microsoft is doing what they're doing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, sure. Hope wish them luck.
Yeah, wish them luck. They just gotta fix their Windows store, but yeah.
All right.
So enough of that. Where are we heading off to now?
Man, I can't think of any other... Oh, you know what? We haven't talked about King of Fighters. 14th new trailer?
Okay.
Last new trailer?
Yeah, okay. Well, they showed off the Team Mexico? Was that the one?
I don't know if I saw that. I just saw like a group of the characters, and I mean, it's no surprise to you that...
Oh, no. Sorry, the one where they showed off Terry Bogard.
That's right.
Okay, yes.
I mean, you just kind of ruined my build-up here. Thank you for that. I mean, here I am. Talking about the Fatal Fury team.
Gotta go faster.
No, man, you can't interrupt my hype here.
I was just thinking of the trailers. That's all.
Too hard on that.
But the one I was talking about was probably the E3 trailer.
Okay.
And I just barely remember the newest one. Yes, which showed off.
Oh man, I had it going too, and just you killed it. All right, so fine. We'll just start from the very beginning. They showed off a new KOF 14 trailer. They showed off the team that I'm super excited about. It's the Fatal Fury team. They showed off Andy Bogard and Terry Bogard. You know what? I don't recall them showing Joe Higashi.
They haven't shown.
They haven't shown him.
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so maybe it's not the full Fatal Fury team. Damn, man, that's another tease. That's another one. I'm kind of like, they better have him.
Could be Duck King. I don't know.
I'm kind of mixed about him. Like, he was cool in King of Fighters 11, but wasn't my favorite character. Mm-hmm. And I kind of just prefer the good old boys.
Yeah, but they had, what is it, Billy Kane, so...
Yeah, they showed off Billy Kane. Mm-hmm. Angel, they showed off. You got the Akari Warrior team. Ralph Clark and Leona.
Yeah, they've shown all those.
Yes. We got Benny Maru. Yeah, he's back. And man, I like the updates. I like how they look right now.
Yeah, they're with each update they show, it's looking better and better actually.
Yeah,
like better character model wise.
That's what I mean. Well, okay, I like the design of the characters. The classics like Andy and Terry, the way they look right now, kind of how they've always looked, but updated.
Yeah, for me, everybody looks fine except for Kyo. Kyo's face could use another more updates.
Yeah,
for sure. He has like this baby face look that he just hasn't had in any of the other games, so it's weird.
Yeah,
it's like it's like a real.
It seems like they're trying too hard to make him a pretty boy.
Yeah, it's like he got younger for some reason.
Yeah, Andy, they made him look younger. In fact, he looks like he's more 17 or 18 years old with his new design. And Terry still looks like Terry. He looks like he's in his mid-20s. Still works, but yeah. I mean, I like how Andy looks, though, in this game. I like the update. It looks great. Seeing their attacks looks awesome. My favorite characters are in there. So, every new trailer, I'm building up more confidence in this game. I'm getting more excited for it. And I hope that the content of this game is like King of Fighters 13. Because I thought they did a really good job. Because most King of Fighters games that come to home console, they don't do much for it. It's just it's all about the arcade mode. There's some story, and then you have versus and not much else for it. But King of Fighters 13, they They put a lot of effort into it to make it more of a console game.
Yeah, well, this one is going to have 50 characters, so...
Yeah. It's looking good, and I'm very excited for it.
So it'll be understandable if it lacks, certain modes. Because 50 characters is not easy to do, especially for a new entry in the series, especially with a new engine. So
yeah. All right, let me level up with, or not level up. Sorry, I'm thinking too RPG-ish. Let me level with you guys here. So we have Street Fighter V. Some people are complaining that it's lacking its arcade mode. Instead, we have the story mode. Not too much, but we'll see later on. Now for King of Fighters, 50 characters. Arcade mode versus, I mean, we had that with King of Fighters 11 and before. Oh, King of Fighters 12 didn't have much either. That was a weak game.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, knowing about what King of Fighters have gone through for home console, I'd be okay with it. I'd be okay with KOF 14 for the PlayStation 4. If it doesn't have too much content, I'm hoping that the game will be priced at $50. But if it has full amount of content, yeah, I'd be okay with it being $60. But 50 characters, and if it plays like King of Fighters 13, like has that level of involvement, yeah, I'd be up for that game.
Yeah.
I'd buy it.
Same. Well, yeah. I was gonna buy it either way, so.
Well, that depends how this game is gonna play, how it's gonna perform. That's all I care about. Because I think it's an excellent franchise.
Yeah. Definitely want it to continue, so we'll see how it does.
We want SNK Playmore to come back. We just want SNK to come back and make other games, not just King of Fighters. It's the only franchise that's keeping this company going.
Well, surprisingly, you said that they are back. So they've said they're out of the pachinko business and back in the gaming business, and they're looking at other IPs to bring back. So.
Like, bring back Metal Slug. Holy cow, man. Like, with today's like the graphics, animation, visuals, if they can recreate the spirit of Metal Slug and do 2D sprites again, or hell, do what who is it, who made Guilty Gear?
Axis.
Arc System. Arc System works. Be like Arc System works. Just do Unreal Engine and imitate 2D or something. It would be amazing.
Yeah, cell shade.
But it doesn't have to be just Metal Slug. I mean, Metal Slug is another franchise successful to SNK, but yeah, bring out like a few other fighting games. Not too many. I just want them to do a few, like Samurai Showdown, and just try to help, polish the games, make them good. But then, yeah, bring out like other classic arcade fun games.
Yeah,
too.
I actually just want them to make new games, actually, new IPs.
Yeah?
Because
I'd be down for that.
Because if you think about it, every time SNK releases a game, it's a remake, it's a port, and it's always the same titles: King of Fighters, Metal Slug, Samurai Showdown.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much it. Like, come on, you guys have way more new IPs than that, and I would love to see them make just new games now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Now that they're coming back into the console business or the gaming business, so
yeah. Oh man, that's even more reason to support King of Fighters 14. I mean, if the game is successful, and if they do a great job with it, yeah, what's to stop them from making brand new ones?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, still a believer. Kind of ironic because, they're out of the pachinko business and now Konami's going into that.
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah. Alright, so is that it for you on video games?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Alright, I'm gonna segue into comics real quick.
Okay.
Right now there's a new event happening called Standoff, or Pleasant Hill Standoff. I think it's just called Standoff Event. I'm very confused how Marvel's marketing this event. And I decided to try this out. I've never, I told you before that I'm trying out like single issue comics. I'm learning about this this niche market, or not niche market, but I'm learning about this market. I've never ventured in this before. I guess literally a price to pay to learn because I'm buying them and checking them out. So there's been like great stories out there. So I thought I'd try this out. And I guess how they set it up is you have like an issue, and at the end of the story, it's like maybe 60 pages. It's a pretty big book. And at the end of it, there's a checklist, and it's a checklist of all the different series that ties into it. So you have like 2 or 3 issues of where it's just called Standoff, and then you have like Uncanny Avengers issue 4, and then moves on to Agents of Shield issue 5, or then it moves on to Captain America issue 7, and these are tied with this event, and so now you're just reading this standalone story that's happening, and some of these series are building up to it, and that's what I'm learning about. And I kind of questioned if I wanted to do this. It just seems like it's quite a bit, but it seems like they're releasing a couple of stories a week, so I thought, no, I'll just focus on that. I don't want to buy too much books. I don't want to spend too much money. If I just focus on the event, I won't lose too much money and just see how it plays out. It is handled by Nick Spencer, so he's actually a pretty good writer. I like him. He always does like weird, funny, quirky stuff in the stories. So I feel like this event has something to do with bringing Steve Rogers back as young Captain America again, because he's now old.
Right.
So I think this event is going to lead up to him gaining his youth back. And then I think it's going to lead on to the Civil War II event from Marvel Comics. And I think Civil War II, my guess, is probably going to be this summer's event. And I'm learning that comic book companies do like big crossover events around summertime. We'll see how Standoff works out. But I don't know. I don't know about doing Civil War II.
No, it can't be as bad as the first one. So.
Right. I mean, I look at that and all the books, all the trade paperback books that they have out. That's pretty intense. There's a lot of books, and I've heard a lot of those books, a lot of those stories were rubbish, or that they don't really impact the overall story. Whereas last year's was it Secret Wars event? They're what if stories, but the what if or the possibilities people seem to like, and whatever is very popular ends up being part of the new Marvel universe that's going on right now.
Of course it is.
Yeah, of course it is. Hey, what sells? Hey, it's canon.
Yeah.
That seems to be their thing. Yeah, it'll be interesting, but I'll let you know how it works out in the end. But they have me going right now. Right now, I'm interested. I'm liking it, and we'll see how it turns out.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's it for the comic segment. So our final segment, let's talk anime. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. I've been too focused on like checking out the comic books and stuff. I'm fascinated, and poor anime. I need to get back into that in that game.
Okay.
So I'm excited that the new series. I'm excited that Jojo is coming back. They're gonna do part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable story arc, and from what I understand, the manga series, it's a pretty big arc. I'm guessing that it's gonna be as long as Stardust Crusade. That's probably going to be 2 seasons worth. And when I say 2 seasons, I'm talking about like 24 episode a season type of thing. Because when it comes to Japan's anime series, their seasons are kind of different. Sometimes they're like 12 or 13 episodes, and that's considered a season. And then there are some series where it's just full on 24 episodes.
Yeah.
But I get even more confused because I'll be on Netflix and I'll say season 1 of Naruto or Fairy Tales, and they'll tell me like 48 episodes is part of season 1. And I go, what makes them decide if that really is season 1? What? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Yeah.
Is it an arc? Is that the arc of that season, I guess?
Yeah. But this is kind of a tricky thing though, because I think Stardust Crusade was handled like perfectly, where they show off 12 or 13 episodes, and that's like half of their, or I guess in this case, a quarter of the arc. But let's say we're talking about a full season, full 24 episode season. So you have the first 13 episodes, and then they'll probably spend like 2 months having a break, and then having the show come back, and then just watching more episodes. And then after the 24th episode, it stops, and then wait probably a little bit longer, maybe like 3 or 4 months, and then they start the new story arc. of Stardust Crusade. But I thought it was handled very well.
Nice.
I really enjoyed it. From what I understand, it's an excellent adaptation of the manga. And I really enjoyed the series so much that I'm very excited for Diamond is Unbreakable, and I hope that they keep making it. Because that's a very long-running series, but the anime has an excellent pacing right now. So I think we can probably... I'm certain that the show will catch up to where it is right now with the manga series, and not be bothered with fillers.
Okay, and that's good. I do like anime that does that. Like, it has no filler, you know. It's just strictly based off the manga, like One Punch Man. Mm-hmm. For the most part, it was all off of the manga.
Yeah.
Aside from like a few things here and there, but yeah. And it's definitely better than Attack on Titans, where we have to wait 2 years, you know, for season 2. So
that's interesting you say that, because, well, what works for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is the series has been around, I don't know, like I'm kind of guessing around 1986, I think. It definitely started in the 80s, and it's still going to this day. And there's plenty of material to base the series off of. This isn't brand new. This isn't fresh. Mm-hmm. This isn't about letting the author... This isn't about giving them time to make more stories for them to catch up. The stories are there already. Years and years of stories made. So that's nice of them to do that. One Punch Man, well, man, that's going to be interesting, though, because... How far is the manga? Or the webcomic?
I don't know. Far enough. The original is far enough that they could have a fairly long season 2. Mm-hmm. The good art, Murata's art, is like halfway through the second arc. Pretty much. The Wolf Garo arc, I guess.
Yeah. Attack on Titan, it sounds like there's a couple of scenarios of what happened, why we're having this crazy, weird 2-year wait. I understand that, you know, it's a fairly new series, and maybe they don't want to bother with any fillers in there, so they're trying to give the author some time to make it, and rather than make fillers, just wait.
Yeah. And that's always a good thing.
Yeah. and I'm fine with that too. And I think, especially if they want to try to create a structure for it, because I like the structure of the anime. I didn't read the manga. After watching the anime, I peeked through the manga and saw that certain story arcs were switched. Mm-hmm. And I think I like the anime more, how they did that. But then again, it's a little bit slower compared to the manga. The manga is like action pretty quickly. And then I think I've heard that it was unexpectedly popular. I think they probably just intended to make what they were going to make and weren't sure if they were going to make more.
Well, that would have been terrible, right?
But how many series have done that? I mean, Trigun... That should have gone beyond that. Mm-hmm.
Well, at least Trigun ended, though. You know, like there's
they ended it. They gave it. They did give it an ending.
Because there's a lot of anime based off mangas where it's like 12 episodes, and the manga is like 100 chapters, but then the anime finds a way to like end it. Like, okay, even though it is a crappy ending, they ended it somehow. Mm-hmm. That would have been like, hey, here's a cliffhanger. Sorry, guys.
So yeah, I'm excited. This summer, right? Attack on Titan. I can't remember anymore. Yeah. Oh man, my mom is pestering me about when second season is coming out, and she really liked it, and she keeps pestering me about when season 2 is coming out. You know what? Let's take a look. I'm gonna take a peek and see the release date on our trusty internet. Season 2 release date.
On hold until completion of manga series. So there you have it, folks. Maybe another year or two.
Man, hold on a second. Let me...
Right there on the first
Despite the hype surrounding Attack on Titan Season 2, recent reports seem to indicate that the initial announcement of an early 2016 release will not be happened.
Well, that's really disappointing.
Creators of the Attack on Titan anime series are pushing back the production for the second season until its original source material is over, as they find the completion of manga necessary in ensuring that the series will not diverge from the original plot.
Well, that's disappointing still. I mean, it's cool. It's cool they're waiting for the manga to end, but is the manga going to end soon? That's the question, right?
That's true, because, man, if that were to happen with Naruto and you have like an excellent start of the first season, yeah, I think people probably just long forgotten about Naruto anime. Like, why bother?
Yeah. And, and I haven't read the manga for the same reason, like, I like the anime. So I have no idea if the manga's going to end soon or not, so...
You know, this kind of changes things, especially how they make anime or story arcs for anime in Japan when they're based on mangas. Like we were saying about Jojo, where now's the time, it's a perfect time to make the anime of the whole series, and who knows when they'll catch up to the current manga arc. But yeah, I mean, what's to slow them down right now? Nothing, and they can keep coming out with a consistent series. Excellent production, so that works. It's bizarre to do this though. At this point, why do that? We have an excellent first season. We want to see more seasons, and in a weird way, I am okay with waiting 2 years just to have like an excellent, well-made second season. But this is just bizarre. Like, yeah. How long is that going to take?
Yeah. as long as this keeps making money, Brandon. Apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can look at the anime as being a pretty good advertisement for the manga series, and people can go ahead and read the mangas to keep up with the story. But I was kind of in it for the anime. I really liked the animation, or the whole production. I really enjoyed it. In fact, I've been staying away from the mangas because staying away from any spoilers, any leaks. I just want to check out the story of the anime. I just want to be surprised when the anime is on. I want to talk to other people and theorize with other people who haven't been reading the manga. It was fun.
Yeah.
For the first season of the anime. But this is disappointing.
I know it is disappointing. I'm just thinking, like, will it still be relevant when season 2 comes out?
I guess time will tell.
I guess.
I mean, if the manga, if it sucks, the ending of it sucks. I mean, it's gonna be hype for the anime anymore. So they better up their game in the manga. But. Do you think this will change the dynamic of anime production based on mangas?
No. I think this is one. Is
it just a weird experiment?
This is a few of the rare occasions where they're just like, okay, we're just gonna wait for the manga. That's fine. I mean, for the most part, anime is still gonna exist off of existing manga properties, and they're still gonna continue to make out.
But it's not. It really isn't the first time that they've waited a long time, a couple of years, and then come back to an anime franchise. I mean, Fairy Tail is, I think, a couple of years until they decide to continue from where they left off.
Berserk.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, I thought they just did one season and never came back.
Well,
they had the movie remakes.
Slayer. Remember that?
Oh, yes.
Slayer.
You cheated, by the way. You peeked at my anime collection. How dare you, sir?
Yeah, well...
How dare you use my library against me?
Yeah, the original came out forever ago, right?
It's true, yeah. Oh, man. Watching that series, it's 90s.
97. It's the original time, Slayers. Actually. And then they came out with... the
fourth series. Or the fourth season.
Slayers Revolution.
Yes. But they're based on novels. That doesn't count. It's not based on manga. It's based on novels. No, I'm just kidding. What an interesting system they have over there in Japan about anime. But then again, it seems like America is kind of doing stuff like that too. I mean, look at Fuller House.
Look at Ghostbusters.
Oh, touche.
Yeah,
but that's a movie. That's different.
Is it though?
Yeah, it kind of is. But for television series, I mean, some series seems to be coming back.
Like Full House. Yeah.
X-Files, coming back.
Oh yeah, X-Files.
That came back. Yeah.
And then we have like those really long sequels that's coming out. Like I remember Clerks 2 came out. That was like forever ago until from the first Clerks.
Yeah, that's true.
And Clerks 3 is still on the way, and who knows when he'll start filming that.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
he seems to be too busy with podcasting and his weird movies he's making.
Here's a Canadian trilogy.
The True North trilogy, they're calling it.
Apparently, he's gonna start, filming his third movie soon. So
yeah, Kevin Smith's Moose Jaws.
Yeah, Moose Jaws. Yeah, so it's weird. I mean, yeah, we can't really. That's not really a Japan exclusive, thing, I suppose.
I guess you could say I'm backpedaling of what I've been stating here, but I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by all of this. How a lot of these companies are reviving series. How does it work? Is it smart? Is it a bad idea? I mean, well, time will tell when they come out.
That's true. I mean, if you think about it, Hollywood have been guilty of this since forever ago.
Yeah.
Like, nothing's original anymore, pretty much. Everything's based off of old books or new books or comic books, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
I think what's been really bad lately in Hollywood is they've been making way too many of these like movies based on like teenage demographic novels. I was talking to a couple of like family friends of mine, a couple of kids I was talking to, and they agreed with me that I see these movies. I can't remember this one movie that just came out. Like it's an alien invasion, and these kind of like Red Dawn. You have like a group of teenagers who are fighting back in military style or something.
I don't know. It had a number in there, right? Like something 5.
Yeah.
Or something.
They told me that they saw the movie and they were like, "Yeah, it's all right." And I go like, "Yeah," and I point out to them that they've been making a lot of these movies based on these teenager novel series, and they're telling me they're getting tired of it because you can tell when they're that kind of a movie just by the style and just by looking at the main characters.
Hey man, gotta get some of that Harry Potter, Well, what's that one?
The Harry Potter cash, the money, the moolah. Well, it's time to move on, Hollywood. It's getting stale. I think even the teenage demographic are starting to see it. But then again, it's just two girls that I was talking to about it. So
hyperbole, yeah.
I don't know about the mass majority of the demographic, and they probably still eat it up.
Yeah.
Mothers or family mothers probably still eat it up too. They seem to like that.
Maybe. Did it do well at the box office?
I don't know.
Probably not.
I don't know. I just don't care. Whatever.
All right. So, is that it for anime?
That's it for anime.
Right.
And to be honest, that's it for this podcast.
Yeah, it's good enough. Yeah, it's a really long podcast.
Hope you guys enjoy it. Make use of this podcast.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks. Take care.